Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis Zone Live. I hope you are all well. I hope you enjoy our weekend. We have Daniel joining us this evening. How are you, Daniel?
Evening, an evening to the people in the chat.
And I just want to say, Daniel just reminded me there because I was doing a few bits and pieces there. We've got a super chat already. Jump Top says, hi. Hello, Jump Top. Nice to see you. I'll just give a few shout outs while we're here. So we've got Cyberman 10. Charlotte is here. Bad Wolf 66. Of course, Daniel's here. Colin is here. Leland is here. Happy Friday. Lone Wolf. Who else have we got? Stephen Cassidy and Crusader. Welcome all. I hope you are doing well. I don't know if you guys all checked out the videos that I threw up earlier today, but
Yeah, that.
Videos has lost money. Also, there's an article from the Herald. I think it's a Scottish newspaper, isn't it, Daniel?
The Herald to the Scottish Herald,
Yeah.
because I directed it to you earlier this afternoon.
Uh, Quite a damning little piece on that as well. Actually,
Yeah.
I have to say the media turning on Doctor Who is a long time coming, in my opinion. But
Yeah, but
it
also,
hasn't surprised you.
but also, I kind of think it's a wee bit sort of tool to do it though as well, because they should have done it a lot sooner than, in my opinion, to be honest though.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. If you haven't checked those videos out, I advise that you do. I'll put three up today. Three very interesting videos. Three different takes from three
Uh,
different people.
um,
BBC
um,
studios
uh,
losing money is a concern, though, isn't it,
yeah,
Daniel? I mean, that has to be a
yeah,
concern for
um,
BBC.
yeah, but actually, one of the journalists actually annoyed me. It was an article. I can't remember what newspaper it was that you read out this afternoon, where it said, "Oh, the 10th Doctor and Rose had a student and each other sort of relationship. What sort of what sort of Doctor Who was he tuning into at that time? Because wasn't the relationship that I got from it.
Mm. See, the problem is that BBC right now are relying on the old IPs, i.e., Doctor
Yeah,
Who and the likes of Top Gear. But Top Gear itself has gone through some turbulent times because
yeah.
after they got rid of uh, uh, Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May, the show has never been the same, and Doctor Who's quality has
Um,
also dropped.
um,
So
yeah, and like things, to start things off of the whole deal reboot, they went for they went for a bizarre choice to begin with. I think the Evans and the guy from Ends and
mm,
somebody else. Nobody had any chemistry on the sort of second reboot, and you're starting to see it again with Andrew Flint off, and I think it's Paddy McGuinness. Two
mm,
guys that two guys that won't have any chemistry, and no matter what show it is that you're actually involved in, you've got to have chemistry with your co-presenters or co-stars, or else it's not going to, else it's not going to end well, to be honest with you. And you're starting to see it with Top Gear as well, and this is a major concern for BBC, because the two shows that are the major sort of the major sort of um jewels in the crown, that being Top Gear and obviously Doctor Who are just turning into absolute comedy shows though.
Yeah, Stephen Cassidy wants to know what the Herald said. Hold on, I'll just get it up now. It's actually I'm on now. It's on Daniel's page, so I'll just go into Daniel's page real quick,
Yeah.
and it should be just there. Hang on, I'll let you know now. I read it out earlier. I did a video, but I'll read it out again if that's what people want me to do. As you can see, I'm doing a lot more videos now. I'm actually doing more videos where I'm talking instead of doing the slideshow video. So I hope you guys prefer them. I know there
Yeah.
were some people that didn't kind of like the slideshow videos and said I should stop doing them. So we'll do it this way and see how it goes for a while.
Hello, Cody Richards. How are you?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, hello, Michael. Nice of you to join us. Right, so here's this article for Stephen Cassidy. It's only it's an opinion piece. So BBC needs a cure for the Doctor. Doctor Who inherited a legacy TV audience of 8.2 million from the days of Capaldi, Tennant, Smith, and Eccleston. Yet, at New Year with Jodie Whittaker, who has failed to nail the part, the audience fell even further from the last season to 4.9 million. The BBC has thrown everything at it to save the franchise, featuring highly popular entertainers in Bradley Walsh and Lenny Henry, superb production values, widescreen format, new lenses, a big budget, and a scriptwriter they regard as one of their best in Chris Chibnall. Maybe Jodie can save a planet, but she cannot save a loyal audience clearly sick of the tick-boxing BBC multicultural political correctness, which has given us tedious companions, uneven pacing, jokes falling flat, and her basic friendliness, which makes dramatic tension impossible. More folk were tuned in to Emmerdale. The BBC jettisoned the show's heritage while talking of respecting its fans. And that is probably one of the most scathing attacks of this new era. And that article or this little piece was written by John V. Lloyd. And I tell you, I have to agree. I have to agree with everything. And that's in the Herald. It's a paper in Scotland. I will put the link right now. I will put it up if anybody wants it. I will put the link up on Twitter now. So I'm putting that up on Twitter as we speak. And if you want to read that yourself or you want to take a screenshot of it and actually put it up on Twitter, put it up all over social media so people can actually see this, because a lot of people need to actually see this. So it's tweeted there. And Colin asks, support production values, where I'd have to agree with you on that one. You know, some of it has been. I'm not gonna lie, some of it has been.
Yeah, but see, yeah, but see, to be honest, I feel like just over half the allocated budget is probably already been used up in the series. I think now anyway, and we're only sort of episodes into the series, so the production quality is going to severely suffer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The third episode is not looking great. There's already people predicting that the ratings will fall even further. I mean, if it happens for third week in a row, it's game over. But it's very interesting that all the J bots all of a sudden now are silent. They're not as cocky as they were a couple of weeks ago. They were ranting and raving all over Twitter, and there's not many of them to be seen now, because they know deep down, they know exactly what's happening. They know that the show is in trouble right now, And it
Yeah.
doesn't matter what BBC throw at it. Someone suggested that the show take a break. It's probably the best thing to do with it right now.
To be honest with you, yeah, do you just forget about the HBO sort of acts, and just put the show on a break for it. Easter good we out now. I know this is not going to be what people actually want me to actually be discussing, but I think there's too much damage already been done. The show needs to take a rest for a good few years, I think, and then start over again. Because like if this continues, it's going to get permanently cancelled. So there's got to be some sort of hiatus period now, in my opinion.
I agree with you. I think it is gone to that point, sadly. Um, I mean, if BBC had listened to the fans in the first place, I don't think they'd actually be in this position. But they wouldn't, and they're paying the price now. And
Yeah.
we were criticised last year for saying, "Wait till you see Series 12, you think everything is rosy. Wait till you see by Series 12," and it's all coming true. But the thing that struck me is the way the media all of a sudden is starting to turn on Chris Chibnall, especially when it comes to his inclusion of LGBTQ plus characters. He's been actually criticised because
Yeah.
they mention obviously their sexual orientation, and then a few seconds later they're actually killed off screen. So he's
Uh,
actually
uh,
been criticised.
yeah, yeah, the the obvious example is remember the bit last year, and I think it was the special road, yeah, yeah, with resolution with the like the guy comes up to the girl and says he's gay, and then 2 minutes later he gets exterminated.
Mhm.
Whatever, but that's not the only
I
issue.
know, I said that as well. That isn't the only issue that we have here.
And
It's so much
that's
going
not
on.
the only issue. As basically is exploiting these historical sort of
Yeah.
figures and the episodes and these events in human history, all to project his own politics into the stories. He should be held far more accountable for that, and it's an absolute disgrace. You need to have some sort of common sense and sensitivity when it comes to these sort of historical events.
Leland says he thinks 2 years would be enough for the dust to settle and reboot.
No, no,
I
no,
don't think, no, not a chance. I do
no.
agree with Stephen Cassidy, though. He says about 10 years.
They
I'd say
are
it's going to be around
um
about the time
um
period.
Yeah, yeah, I agree as well, because basically, there's just so much there's just so much the damage, and I know I've already brought this up on my call from the other night, but like Chibnall really has to start paying attention to older episodes, because you've seen the error he made in relation to Gallifrey at the end of Spy for when the Time Lords actually told Capaldi's incarnation or Gallifrey get out of the pocket
Mm.
universe, and I mean that was just a blatant error. So shout out to Matrix Lord who won who again for the because I had completely forgotten about So shout out to you, me, Tricks Ward.
Yeah, he said he'll join me during the week. He's actually in work, I think, tonight. So
Yeah,
enjoy work, pal.
yeah,
Leland wants to know if there's any more news on the Master Doctor body swap. Nothing as of now, but it is a very interesting theory, actually, I have to say. But
yeah,
that would be Chris Chibnall basically trolling this fandom for 2 years, and look at the damage he's done. And I'm sorry, would fans really forgive him if that was the actual case? I don't think so. I think he's done enough damage, and if that was his plan, well, it backfired big time. I'm sorry, but it has, because
yeah,
look at what's happened with the ratings, and look at. I've seen people say, "Oh, you're gonna have the anti Jodie Whittaker side spin the ratings to suit their agenda," and then the same could be said about the J bots as well. They'll spin it to suit their agenda. But the bottom line is, you don't have to have an agenda to see that these ratings are down by 57%, right?
and
57% altogether. See, from Series 11 to the start of Series 12, 57% of this fandom has walked away from Doctor Who.
yeah,
Now, that's
and
the reality.
and and yeah, I mean as well. I'm tired of hearing the use from the defenders of this era about the whole consolidated figures. I mean the overnights and the live sort of numbers are what the BBC should ultimately be concerned about here, because like how else are you supposed to how else are you supposed to actually assume a show's popularity if people are not tuning in to the episode or obviously at the time? Basically, that just shows you that there's a dip in popularity for the also, like, I don't really see I people aren't still getting that fact into their heads. Come come on, people. You should have a bit more common sense than that.
No, I agree. I mean, look, everybody can see what Chibnall is doing here on the BBC.
What the hell? What the hell happened?
I don't know what happened there.
What the hell?
Okay, well, I'm back anyway. What was I going to? There was something I lost my train of thought
Oh
there.
yeah, oh yeah, because you were picking up on my point that I said about the live and viewing figures is that's how you assume a show's popularity, and then obviously you picked it back up again.
All right, yeah. Sorry, I just reading some of the comments there. BBC strikes again. I think I did it myself, guys. I was trying to open a new window, to look at something, and all of a sudden, I think I got kicked out of the bloody studio. Um, but yeah, they think by bringing all these old villains back that it's gonna work. Member berries don't work with fans that have been treated like shit for 2 years, and that's exactly what has happened. That's what the BBC have done, and they're going to pay for it. It's as simple as that. And you know what? I shouldn't have a smug smile on my face, but I actually do, because you know what? At this stage, all I can say is that BBC have only themselves to blame for this mess.
And
Simple as that.
and to be honest with you as well, right? I know you've said to like boycott the rest of the series, and to be honest. and to be honest, if you hadn't come out and said that, uh, even if you hadn't come out and said that, I, I'm not even gonna, I'm not even gonna bother actually tuning into it. And by the way, all kind of left again. Um, so, so, so I can't even put up the comments because I'm not hosting the stream here, guys. But I'm sure all will be back in a minute. Um, uh, what? What's going on here?
It's all good now, I think. I don't know why that's happening. I should be able. I never had a problem with opening another window before while I was on StreamYard, but there does seem to be a problem. I'll have to check that out later. I wouldn't even mind. We got the premium today, so that's why there's no logo, and you see my background. So I've got a Tardis zone background. You can't see the Tardis zone, so I'm gonna try get one where you can actually see the Tardis zone on it. Sorry about that, but we're back anyway. Right. Um, that just threw me right off, Daniel. Just what were you saying anyway? I was just saying it's not. This is going to make
Yeah,
a difference.
yeah, I mean, basically, my point is like, how are these people actually coming away with the excuse about the consolidated I guess so. Like, basically, in my opinion, like how you decipher if a show's popular is you pay attention to the overnights and the live sort of numbers at the time. You don't bother with the consolidated figures because that's just an excuse from the highest order. And Unknown 289, right? A spin off with Romana would be a good idea. Yeah, but however, I don't want to see Chibnall or ruin another classic and iconic character. So like, it's not a good idea just now under the current Doctor Who climate. But I'll hand it back over to Noel because it's his channel.
You're all right, Daniel. Uh, just read now. Are you okay? Because you keep stretching your back. Do you need to have a bit of a stretch, mate?
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Just as I can see you stretching your back. Oh yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a Romana spin-off, but again, it's the main show we should be focused on. See, I hate this attitude as well. Well, the main show is screwed, so let's have it. And I know I was guilty of that as well. I said, why not bring back a spin-off? But at the end of the day, deep down, it's Doctor Who that I want to be doing well. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Affect the other shows. The other shows should only come back when Doctor Who is successful, and then they can actually then build on it and build the rest of the universe. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But to bring one back out of desperation because Doctor Who is basically dead in the water, that's not what us fans should be demanding. We should be demanding that Doctor Who is made to the highest quality that it should be at. And right now,
Yeah.
it's and who is the culprit? There's only one man. Well, there's two
Well,
people responsible. The
the head of BBC drama for hiring it at
yeah,
the and obviously Chibnall.
exactly, exactly. And Chris Chibnall. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we know Jodie's out of our league with this role, so there's no point of keep bringing her up in that. At the end of the day, we know that. But Chris Chibnall, I don't know how the BBC still think he's doing amazing work. Like they can't, they can't. Come on. If this is the quality that Doctor Who is now, then I don't want any part of it. It's not what I envision Doctor Who to be.
So like basically, if the like so like obviously, I know that you're still doing the panels and discussions for this series that's still on. But can I ask you that? That's right. How much are you still going to continue to do with this series? Because I can see that you're just getting as annoyed as what I've been saying to you in the past couple of days. So, like, how much more are you going to have to take of this series? Or, like, are you thinking in the back of your mind that, like, like even I'll have to stop doing what I'm doing with it.
Well, you see, I'm still kind of intrigued to see what happens
Yeah,
because this whole timeless child thing. Now, I Matrix Lord texted me earlier on to say that he thinks that the whole timeless child thing is going to continue. Arc is going to continue into series 13.
I
So
would I would actually say that it would continue, that it's going to continue all the way to the 60 year to the 60th anniversary. And like I was watching a previous I don't know if it was a cast or video that he done on Matrix Lord, and he said the commission date is only up to the 60th anniversary, so the actual commission date the BBC has set for Doctor Who hasn't been extended beyond to the 60th anniversary.
yeah, I've heard that myself. But of course, that can change. See if they get a
Yeah,
successful run though behind them, that would obviously change, and it'd be they'd be an extension, or they'd make a new deal
yeah,
or something. But I mean, oh, that's all we want. If it's Look, as I said, Series 12 is an improvement on Series 11, but that's not saying much, and it's still not at the level that it should be. And that's what's sad about it, because Chris Chibnall thinks he's actually writing something clever, when to me it doesn't look like it's clever. I'm sorry, but I mean,
you
look at the
see,
plot holes. Look at the plot holes, right?
yeah,
Now, let's be honest. A lot of us did forget Hellbent, right? Because it's one of those episodes that we want to
yeah,
put in the back of our minds and not even talk about, right? But Matrix Lord knew that he knew something and went and checked out Hellbent and was able to show us what the Time Lords
yeah,
actually said, and that basically Chris Chibnall has totally ignored because he's a clown and he hasn't
yeah,
got a clue and doesn't go back and actually look at the source material there to look to see what he's doing because he's a hack.
yeah.
Um, anybody that does that, that's unforgivable.
Yeah, and also as well, like basically, I mean, well, like I was kind of like you after I saw the first episode. Now I didn't manage to see the first episode as it aired, because obviously I was out New Year's Eve, but I caught up a few days after, and even I thought the first part of Spyfall was an improvement, but the problem is I've got such a bitter taste in my mouth from the second part that um all that improvement. so I've basically kind of forgotten about part because part two was just so bad in my opinion, and there was no even quality about it apart from Sasha Sasha De and the new master Angel I'd him, but like basically everything else and part two, you were just like this isn't for me, basically, and then the last 15 minutes, like I just get so angry and so emotional.
I just see a comment by Chris there, very interesting, Daniel. I listened to an interesting thought that the Doctor's Tardis is actually the timeless child, considering every Tardis is, in fact, a living energy being, specifically a living female energy being. Yes, because we saw that in the Doctor's wife.
And also, uh,
Interesting.
the Supreme Dalek said at the end of series four and two-parter where the TARDIS into the goes down into the bottom of the crucible. He says to the he says to the 10th Doctor, you're connected to the TARDIS now. Feel last the last child a Gallifrey I basically.
Yeah, before Chibnall's run, Hellbent was the only Doctor Who episode to make me angry, says Michael. Yeah, it wasn't Hellbent I just don't like talking about, and Twice Upon a Time as well. I've actually heard people say that Twice Upon a Time is one of the greatest episodes ever written. Get away. Get away.
I hate that
Yeah,
episode.
same here. It's not one of the greatest written either.
Yeah.
You know, probably average. Well, I'd call it poor, but they'd give it average. Um, Stephen Cassidy says, but the actual overnights must reach the BBC management. They are burying their heads in the sand. Mind you, they could do a Batwoman and have the 13th Doctor get a 13th series. Now, listen to this. Actually, I want to tell you is actually something very interesting. So, Cheryl's parents actually watched Spyfall 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Now, these folks are fans of Batwoman, right?
Yeah.
I just want to put that out there because, as you know, Batwoman's getting a lot of stick, but they
Yeah.
actually think the acting in Batwoman and the writing is better than Doctor Who.
Honestly.
Yes, I'm not telling you. I was actually gobsmacked. They actually told me on the phone. They actually think the writing and the acting is better in Batwoman than it is in Doctor Who. They can't actually get into Series 12. Oh, yeah. And they also made a point to say that they could actually see where Chibnall was cherry picking best bits from different scripts. So
Yeah.
they could actually see that as well. But the fact that they're actually saying that Batwoman, and for anybody that watches Ballstrex videos, you will know that Batwoman is a shit show. And I've actually watched a little bit of the few clips that they have up on YouTube, and it just doesn't look great. So for the fact that they're saying that's better, that just tells me that Doctor Who's seriously in trouble because they actually liked Series 11, didn't they? Not yeah, they actually liked Series 11. So there you go. They don't like Series 12, but they like Series 11. But woke Batman, yeah, as he calls it,
Yeah.
Batman is better
Bullshit
than
would say.
Doctor Who. There you go. Never thought I'd say that.
And yeah, I mean, and apparently I heard that Abomination's also getting a second series as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I sent Ballstreck a bleeding a link. Yeah, and I was telling him. Yeah, it's actually funny. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's ridiculous. See, but the same with Star Trek Discovery, that got another series as well, didn't it, at some stage? So they just
Yeah,
throwing a mediocre
uh,
shot after mediocre shot.
Um, um, yeah, and apparently Star Trek Discovery is starting to air on Channel 4, I think it is over here as well. Because
Yeah,
I've seen a couple of adverts for it.
yeah. The ratings. Gary from Neurotic actually put the ratings up today for it. It got 289,000 views only in the UK.
Yeah,
So it's pathetic considering that Doctor Who, a crap Doctor Who, is getting 4.88. You know,
yeah,
it's actually not great at all. But you know, they just keep making mediocre crap, and
yeah,
I don't know. Don't even. Do you know what? Even the people that are supposed to like these shows won't like these shows in a couple of years' time anyway. You know, it's
yeah.
ridiculous. The TARDIS design is terrible, but I like the idea of the TARDIS interior changing colour to reflect the Doctor's mood. I actually like the outside of the TARDIS, and I hate the TARDIS interior. Uh,
Um, yeah, I mean, my favorite thought that this interior has got to be Peter Capaldi's Peter Capaldi's this
mm,
interior because it's suited him perfect. Eh,
uh, if I watch Twice Upon a Time, I prefer to watch the Who Flicks fan edited version. I didn't even know there was a fan edited version. Is it any good? Let us know, unknown 289.
I've never heard of that myself.
Twice Upon a Time is abysmal. I agree. Twice Upon a Time was never supposed to exist. Yes, I did that on
Yeah,
this channel. We all know he was supposed to actually start his series off, and he chose not to start it off on Christmas Day. And Moffat came back to write Twice Upon a Time. Peter was already gone, and he came back. Um, yeah, it's so sad.
and
He already
and
damaged Chibnall before he even took over because
uh, and and can I just say to the BBC as well, like stop letting Chibnall decide whether or not to put Doctor Who on at Christmas, because like regardless of the quality of the Christmas specials, I always kind of it over to the Christmas specials regardless of the type of quality. So Chris Chibnall, stop trying to take away stop trying to take away events in the calendar of the show. And the show's become a big part of Christmas now as well, and the fans do still want to see the Doctor Who and Christmas as well. So gonna give the fans what we want, what we want, please. And like I know you probably won't listen to me here because your ego's up, but it's unbelievable. But Doctor Who's become such a big part of everybody's Christmas, so it should be on Christmas Christmas Eve basically.
I agree. It's become part of Christmas, and the fact that it's not sure. David Tennant, there's an article that actually, I think it's by Screen Rant, and David Tennant was actually complaining about the fact that there was no Christmas specials. That he thinks there should be a Doctor Who Christmas special. So yeah, Chris says as bad as as Chibnall is, Batwoman is just a farce of a show where she catches nobody and stops no crime. It's a virtual signal show, whereas not Doctor Who is just poorly written.
See, to be honest with you, but no, I think I think you're starting to see the end of that trend, hopefully, because even because um, cause even people in like the working journalism and stuff like that are now getting sick of it now as well. So maybe we're starting to see the end of all this crap, basically.
Sorry, Daniel, I'm just replying back to Balstrick there. He just texted me there. We're just setting up for tomorrow. Um, the outside of the TARDIS is beautiful. Inside looks like a vomit storm. Can't swear. Yeah, good lad. And I actually forgot to say that at the start of the stream. Just try keep if you can bad language out of the chat because YouTube is actually becoming very strict. I've
Yeah,
noticed a lot of me videos now. Some of them, if if they don't like a certain word in it, they're coming down hard. It's absolutely ridiculous. Here's what Stephen Cassidy asks: what did you think of the Paris locations? Was it convincing? Did you believe them up in the Eiffel Tower? No, actually, I didn't. And by the way, can I just point out that again we had two historical characters, two female historical characters, and we got to learn absolutely nothing about them.
yeah. I mean,
Nothing.
like,
Nothing.
yeah, I mean, like, to be honest with you as well, right? I mean, like, they're basically making a whole sort of, or creating a joke out of the Second World War and all these other historical events, and I did feel the need to include the Nazis in it as well. You know, cause like the mama, even the master, I don't think would actually teamed up with if the Nazis, even though the master is evil himself. I still don't think even he would actually join up with the Nazis. So basically, Chibnall's just is basically basically just exploiting that event and that episode, and it's unacceptable.
I agree with you. It is, and I find it hard to believe that the master would actually join up with the Nazis. I
Yeah.
really do. I know that the master is a lot of things, but there's no way the master would join forces with the Nazis. Michael Richardson has asked, who else wants the new logo off classic merchandise? For classic Who merchandise, they should use the classic logo. I agree 100%.
And and to be honest with you, it's not just to the classic merchandise. You're actually starting to see it in the on yeah, the audio box sets as well from like Finish now. Basically, if it's a classic Octa, basically, it should have the classic Doctor Who logo on it. You don't want to take classic Who merchandise with that logo, because if you get it up with the classic era, chances are, like I know that I'm making a sort of generalized statement here, but often than not, chances are that you're not tuning in to this era in particular if you get it up with classic Who. So even the classic Who fans like they get it up with if the classics don't actually want to see that logo get integrated on merchandise.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I've never liked the new logo anyway, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, I hate it.
Leland, I love this comment by Leland, so I'll pull it up. I suspect Chibnall is hold on. I suspect Chibnall. I had this in my
Shut
head, no problem.
it.
See, this is what happens, right? I suspect Chib Dull is suggest an egotist who thinks of himself as incapable of doing wrong. If the series isn't popular, it is because the fans are sexist, bigots, etc. Yeah, do you remember? See, here's the thing that annoys me, right? So,
Yeah.
can I ask Chris Chibnall, and of course, we know you're not watching, but if
Yeah.
anybody knows him that is watching this, could you ask him a question? Was he sexist and bigot in the 80s when he actually got to voice his opinion? Because
Yeah, well said.
why is it that when he voiced his opinion back then, he wasn't sexist, bigot, he wasn't all of this, right? But we voice our opinion now, and because the doctor happens to be a woman, we're sexist and bigots. Can we not actually just like do what fans have been doing for decades when they don't like something that's happening with the show? They complain, they express their feelings and get their thoughts out there. But under you, we're not allowed. So if anybody knows Chris Chibnall, could you ask him why is it appropriate that he could have the opportunity to complain, but if we do it, we're
Um,
all a bunch of racist, sexist, bigots, all of this.
yeah, yeah, he obviously had that privilege to go into that panel show and actually express his opinion because he was part of I think it was I think it was part of the appreciation society or Doctor Who, something like that. Anyway, right? And he was actually allowed to criticise Pip and Jane Baker's part in the trial of a Time Lord series. So basically, for him to actually come out and basically slag us off is kind of a double stand up here because you're only basically doing to him what he got the opportunity to do to Pip and Jane Baker in 1986. So I've on a national TV broadcast. Also, I don't really get the double standard out here. I just really don't like it. Guys, see, to be honest with you, I'm sorely tempted to go down to Cardiff and actually protest because
I know, I seen your post actually up on Twitter. You said that you were going to go to Cardiff, and I was like, Jesus, for Daniel to want to go to Cardiff, it must be really bad in his eyes. But look, something like that will have to happen. And I mean, these fans don't think that we will get together and do something. Of course, if if enough YouTubers call on us to all meet up in Cardiff, so, and we pick a date and we all meet up in Cardiff. We'll all meet up in Cardiff, and we will make our opinions known.
yeah,
That Chris Chibnall either listens to us. I just rather he left, to be quite honest with you. But I don't think he is gonna go now. But if he's not gonna go, well then he better goddamn listen to the fans, because if
yeah,
he doesn't listen to the fans, he's gonna kill this show. And if that's not his intention, well, he's got a funny way of showing it. Funny way.
yeah.
He's got rid of Torchwood. He's got rid of Unit. He's got rid of Gallifrey now. What else is he going to get rid of? Is he going to completely destroy the Cybermen? Is he going to completely destroy the Daleks? See, you
Um,
know what he's going to do now.
he's already technically destroyed the Cybermen, but if you really think about it, but Because if you think back to the Cyberwoman episode from Torchwood, he's already kind of destroyed them a bit. No, so can you imagine if he adopts the same sort of principle for the Cyberman episode that's coming up in the new series? Because I'm telling you, he'll try and borrow the same sort of tactic that he used in Cyberwoman and apply it to the Cyberman episode that's coming up. Because I think basically he's embarrassed by the traditional sort of sci-fi element that you get from Doctor Who. I don't think he's truly been a fan, because if he was a fan, he wouldn't be destroying the show's history so systematic. Eh,
I agree, Daniel. I agree. Stephen Cassidy says the thing about Chibnall is he cuts himself off from the fans. RTD adored publicity. Moffat liked it. Chibnall, what can I say? That's another thing I have noticed. He doesn't actually engage with the fans. And the same could be said about Jodie Whittaker. Now, when she's had to make appearances, we'll give it to her. She has been there. But
yeah,
far between. Now,
on that Jimmy Fallon the other
yeah,
night,
no,
I
I
think it
still
was
have
the
to
same.
do a video on that Jimmy Fallon interview, actually. That was supposed to be the video I was supposed to do today, but because of those other articles, they were far more important because it's showing that the tide is turning. But I will be doing that Jimmy Fallon reaction video, the reaction video to that interview.
Yeah.
Um, because I watched
Yeah,
a bit of it and she's come up with some crap again. Someone just needs to tell her she needs to keep her mouth to herself, because every time she opens it, she comes across. Oh, by the way, she claims to be a hooligan, but she never watched the show.
See, to be honest with you, like, to be honest, like, I didn't really buy the stuff of she come out and said on the podcast with David and either, because like, how are you not like how are you not how are you not how are you not obviously aware of how big the show is. Oh, because like when she was on David Tennant's podcast, she said some things off the bat that kinda sort of um, um, alarmed me, to the fact that um, to the fact that we should have been concerned, because like she basically said to him that she didn't know the size of the fan base or anything like that. No, so that was so that was one of the major reasons why I um I was so concerned originally though.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, even on Jimmy Fallon last night, I don't want to say too much because I actually want to do a video. I
Yeah,
actually want to do a full-fledged video on it. But I mean, even you could see Jimmy Fallon hadn't got a clue what she was talking about, right? And I don't mean because of her accent. She actually has toned the Huddersfield the Huddersfield accent down quite a lot. You can actually understand her a lot more. It wasn't that.
yeah,
It was like when she was talking about the show, Jimmy Fallon just didn't have a clue of what she was crapping on about. Seriously. And she started talking about inclusivity and all this and how Doctor Who's for everybody, the usual crap that comes out of her mouth. She just needs to shut up.
yeah,
Oh, I'm seriously. She just anytime she opens her mouth, she makes me angry every
yeah,
time. And she is not. a Whovian, and don't ever call yourself a Whovian because you don't understand the show. You
yeah,
don't understand the dynamics of the character that you're playing, because if you did, you wouldn't be giving us the performance that you're giving us right now, because
yeah,
the performance you're giving us right now is a poor version of David Tennant and Matt Smith mixed
yeah,
together. Poor cosplay. That's all you are. You will
yeah,
never be the Doctor in these fans' eyes. And by the way, stop saying that these fans have actually embraced you. Doctor Who fans, Whovians have not embraced you. The fans that have embraced you are fans of Jodie Whittaker. Okay, fans of
yeah,
Jodie Whittaker and all these progressive fans, or Rainbow Warriors as we call them, because all they want to
yeah,
do is ship you with every single person in the bloody show. They don't care about story arcs. They don't care about character arcs. All they care about is representation. So you can take
yeah.
your Doctor Who or your Doctor Woke or whatever it is, and you can shove it right up your ass because we don't want it.
Yeah, and like as well, to be honest, if you know, like, see, like when I've got into debates with like some of her fans, and like I basically have brought up like a classic Who episode, right? And they've not got and they've not got a Scooby or as you're talking about, hey, basically, so that just shows you that her fans aren't true fans either, though, because when you bring up a classic Who episode, or even like or even sort of a revival episode from before the era, they've not got a Scooby, a Scooby to what it is um, that you're actually talking about or asking the basically. So they're not true fans, and they're only here because they feel like this incarnation, this incarnation, or represents, or represents basically. They don't care about the history of the show.
No, they don't care about the history of the show. And they never have cared about the history of the show. And here's the sad thing: when the show does go down the pan and when the show is taken off the air, those little gobshites will move on to the next franchise. All right. And then they'll go and put all their ideology and all their beliefs into that fandom, ruin that fandom, and then try to change the show beyond recognition. It's absolutely ridiculous. These fans have run amok all over fandoms they have, and they're not true fans. And stop calling them fans, and the media call them fans, and they're not fans, and they're the toxic ones. They are the toxic ones. This needs to stop right now. I
Yeah,
never thought that I would see BBC ruin Doctor Who like this. Now I know they haven't really respected the IP for a very, very long time,
yeah,
but at least under RTD, he gave us some respectability back, right? He brought it back to some normality. Fans
yeah,
embraced it, right? That's how you include people, Chris Chibnall. Do it the way RTD now, but that's what you want to try do, but you're doing it very poorly. So don't do it like RTD. Do you know what you do? You actually go up to Piers Wenger and you do the decent thing and you go, give me P45, right? That's what you do, right? And then
although,
Piers Wenger, after you receive his P45, then you hand your P45 to your boss.
yep, exactly. I agree, but they obviously know that that's not going to happen because the two of them have such inflated egos beyond belief. Though I think basically what you're going to see happen is the two of them are just going to end up killing the show even further before it gets cancelled, and it's such a sad state of affairs. Now, obviously, I'm not. Now, obviously, I've not been the cheeriest guy on social media recently ever since part the show, and I've not been a fan for as long as you, but like I've gotten like just as emotionally attached to this shows you, and I've taken absolutely zero pleasure and actually going against my favourite show. I've become so angry and so bitter by this era that I'm actually starting to forget why it is I get so attached to to the show in the first place, because it's not the show that I fell in love with back in 2005. Oh, because I was actually one of the most positive guys in the fandom, and I was always happy and always excited to talk about Doctor Who. Now I just basically go off on a rant time, every time I talk about it.
Unknown 289, the answer to your question is I think you can already pre-order the Blu-ray. Oh no, season 12. Sorry, I checked that wrong because we say serious. No, are you talking about Jodie Whittaker, or are you talking about the classic? I think you're talking about the classic, aren't you? Because we say serious for the new one and we say season for the old one. I'll try find out for you. I'll try find out for you if there's any news on that. If you're talking about classic era, if you're talking about the new series, you can already pre-order the new series of series 12. I don't know why you'd want to pre-order that crap anyway, but there you
That's that's a bit ambitious from the BBC when it's still airing. Like that is another sort of egotistical sort of move to actually already come out with. Oh, by the way, you can already pre-order the Brilliant. It's just become such a joke in my opinion, and I have to kind of laugh about. I don't know, because if I don't laugh, I'll end up crying about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, Daniel. It's getting ridiculous. As Chuckzilla has just said there, like, subscribe, share, and check your bell because I have been told by a few people that they're not getting notifications for my videos. So please make sure that you have hit that bell and you are notified because there will be videos coming thick and fast. What else? Just before we continue, Daniel, I'm just going to make a few little announcements, right?
Okay.
So I'll be appearing on Ballstreck's channel tomorrow. I will give you further details on the usual places, and I'll throw up a little tiny video on YouTube to let you know what time we're going to be on his channel. What else was there? We will have the panel, obviously, on Sunday, where we will be talking about Orphan 55. Now, remember, for you guys that are watching Doctor Who Series 12, remember that there will be spoilers in on these panels every week. Okay, we don't
Yeah.
do a spoiler free. We just go straight into it. We talk about the good, we talk about the bad, then we give it a bit of a rating, and then we have an overall general discussion. And I see Chuckzilla has put in Ballstreck's channel on the live chat there. So if you haven't, and I say most of you actually have, because most of the people that have subscribed to me are either from Ballstreck's channel or Gary's channel and a few other channels out there as well. But if you haven't
Yeah.
subscribed to Ballstreck's channel, it's in the live chat, and we'll throw Daniel's channel up there as well too.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Chuckzilla. I know you've been busy, so nice to have you back. Hold on now, I just want to see something. Right, where are we now? Where are we? Okay, Daniel's YouTube channel's up there. So
Uh, Thanks very much.
no, we do that. We do it all the time. Chuckzilla's been very busy lately, so
Yeah.
it's grand. Like, but when he's on, he always throws them up a couple of times during the stream. So
Ah,
people,
well, thanks very much anyway, mate.
yeah, no, we do
Yeah.
that. Does it with Daniel. Look, Sure, got StreamYard Premium. I said there's only one person to bring on.
And you thought of me, which is actually kind of ironic though, because like to be honest with if you, to be honest with you, you've had some great song like ever since you've actually started the panel. So I feel actually kind of honoured that you decided to pick obviously myself to come on for you tonight, because realistically you could have picked anybody else that you actually wanted to come on that are far better what they do than me basically, and that are far more sort of professional than myself, because
Yeah,
I just
I'm hardly professional myself.
yeah.
Uh, by the way, thanks anyway. But no, you're a friend of this channel. As I said, you'll always have a place on this channel. So Ball Streck has actually put up. So he says, join the trigger train. Me, Starry Eyed Girl, Blue Bonnet Hoovian tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the first Doctor Who Series 12 is crap live stream. He's actually calling it Doctor Who Series 12 is crap live stream, and it's going to be a series over the next couple of weeks. I say next 8 weeks or whatever it is. That is just.
Oh,
I'll have to retweet that anyway.
uh,
Oh,
uh,
that's just.
by the I enjoy his channel as well. It's the either he posts or the triggered rain is
Oh,
here.
no. Brilliant.
Oh,
Oh,
but he actually comes across as such a genuine guy as well. Like I would actually enjoy. I would actually like to get him on my channel at some point as well, because obviously I've never actually spoken to the guy in person though, so like it'd be good to actually talk to him on my channel, but obviously I'm going to have to get a bit more confident with my live streams and that. But I think, as you can see, if you pay attention to the second the second one that I did get a lot more confident in myself. Though, and like I've noticed that every time I've come on here as well.
yeah, 3 Eastern Standard Time is 8 p.m. UK time. Chris is right there. It's 8 p.m. UK time.
Yeah.
So a little bit later than I thought. I'll have to break that to the missus in a while. But yeah, it'll be a couple of hours anyway, I say. But I can't believe he's actually doing it. See, he's fed up. A lot of fans right now are actually fed up with Doctor Who. There's a lot of fans actually upset as well with Doctor Who. For example, last week we had a panel.
Yes.
Oliver actually,
I get it was absent,
yeah, she
wasn't she?
couldn't come on because she was absolutely gutted. So, and a lot of people are getting very emotional. It's I've
Yeah.
never seen the fandom's being emotionally charged. I'd go for a drink with Ballstrek and you too, but I don't drink alcohol. Yeah, yeah. I drink alcohol, but I don't drink a lot.
I
But
yeah, I don't drink either, Michael, so you're not alone in that. Well, basically, so
I love how his critics going over the top just makes me more mod. Yeah, I've noticed as well. I've noticed as well that a lot of the Jodie Whittaker fans, or the J bots as we call them, have been overhyping these 2 episodes of Spyfall. Now, as we have said, look, it is an improvement on Series 11, But to overhype these episodes is a miscalculation on user half because you are actually looking desperate and stupid now.
And
The fact that you have actually kept quiet for a while and you aren't going after people the way you used to. You know that the end is near now and you are trying to backtrack. But you know what? You have done user damage. You have ruined this fandom. But do you know what will give us great pleasure? When Jodie Whittaker does go and they change the Doctor back to a man, and then yous will all get pissed off then, and then yous will try have a little go, but we'll kick yous out of the fandom, you see. So that's the part I'm looking forward to when we finally get
oh,
parasites and we kick yous out of this fandom and we actually bring in fans that actually understand the show and will actually respect the legacy of the show, because right now most of these J-bots, and I'm not going to say them all because there is a good few eggs out there, right? But for the majority of them, you don't understand the character, you don't understand the legacy or the history of the show, and you never will, because you know why? Have you don't care. You don't want to go back and look. Daniel went back and looked. Daniel's a younger fan. He went back and watched Classic Q. He's gone big into the Big Finish audios. That's a guy that's done he has actually went back and had a look and supported the show. Not one of you, but one of these J bots can say that, and
yeah,
that's sad.
yeah, and to be honest with you as well, like every debate I've had with J-Bot, they just seem like they haven't got a Scooby either. Like, say for instance, I say something from one of my favourite episodes of all time, Genesis of the Daleks, right? They've not got they've not got at all what that episode is about or the premise of it, though, because as you say, they don't care enough to do the research on it. And if you're going to get invested into a show like Doctor Who, and if you want to be accepted in this community, you're going to have to go and do some sort of and do your own investigation and your own research, in my opinion, in order to help you in this fandom and get some respect from the true or Who fans.
How's this for a dream team? Noel, Gary, Ballstrick, and Doomcock, and then I think I seen a second comment from the person and with Daniel in support, of course. That would I've actually tried. Well, I haven't actually. Well, when I say I've actually tried, I've been thinking actually about asking the lads if they'd all like to come on a stream, even on my channel, and do it. But see, something like that is going to be very hard to organize for the simple fact of the matter is we're all in different time zones for starters. Second of all, it's with the content that the YouTubers do, we all do slightly different content to each other. Yes, they do focus on Doctor Who, but I'd focus more on Doctor Who than those two guys would, or those guys would. And as I said, the time difference, it'd be very awkward, very awkward. I'd love it. It'd be a great stream.
Yeah, I mean, I'd enjoy it, but like, yeah, yeah, but you do have to, you do have to consider the time difference. But I'm sure that we'll try and sort something out though. But like, it is going to be a bit of a challenge because obviously I'm here in Scotland, no, over in Ireland, and Gary's from California, but believe Australia's in 18, isn't he? So it's going to be a bit of a challenge to set it
Yeah,
up.
Ad Wolf then says the holy trinity of sci-fi criticism: Noel, Doomcock, and Ballstreck. Thank you. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Well, here, these guys, and I'm only here. Listen, I'm a little, I'm new to this. If you look at it from the these lads have been doing it a good while. I'm kind of new to this game, and if I'm making an impact, then I'm delighted because that's I think as YouTubers we kind of hope we do make a bit of an impact. So if I am making a bit of an impact out there, then all well and good. Well, I must be because BBC banned the video, so
Uh,
like yeah,
and
that still
and
makes me feel happy. People says, "Oh, you
I,
should be sad about it."
and to be honest with you, in my opinion, anyway, right, you're actually one of the best channels on YouTube that like for me, yeah, anyway, because I always enjoy your content, no matter what type of format as you do. I always find myself enjoying your content, basically.
I'm gonna tweet that tweet now, right? That screenshot. I took a screenshot.
Yeah.
If they're right, we should definitely do this. All right, and then I'll tag the three of them in it. So we got Ballstreck, we've got Gary, and we've got All Hail Doomcock. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, Lone Wolf with a £5 super chat. You are making an impact. Bring on Ted. You gave me a €5 super chat, so I will bring on Ted. Ted, come here. Come here to me. You have to come over. Come on. This is what happens. Yeah. There he is. There he is. There he is. Say hello now. Lone Wolf gave you £5 and he said bring Ted on. So we brought Ted on. So there's Teddy. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for that, Lone Wolf. Appreciate it. And there's Ted. Look, he's not as jumpy as he was earlier. So if he calms down a bit, I'll keep him here for a few minutes. More requests for Sir Teddy. I know, yeah. You got a super chat says unknowns 289. Yeah, I've just read it out there, mate. Do you want to come back up to me? No, he wants his ball now. See, we're at upsetting him. We're at upsetting him now. Okay. But thank you, Lone Wolf, for that. I really appreciate it. And guys, really appreciate everybody that actually has thrown a super chat in.
Yeah,
It,
and actually as well, if you haven't already subbed to this man's channel, go and do it because I would like to see him actually get up to the next sort of the next sort of target, the next sort of milestone. So if you haven't already subscribed to this man's channel, please so because it deserves all the support basically, and I hope your channel continues to grow basically. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't.
Thanks, Daniel. I really appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe to Daniel's channel leader. He's a very good friend here of the Tardis Zone, and we support his channel. So if you like Big Finish, look, his channel is going to be slightly different. He will do, obviously, you're going to be doing some videos on Series 12. Are you just going to concentrate on Big Finish?
Like I'll today if there's a demand for doing it, but like just now I just want to focus on but like finish because I'm sick and tired of being so like negative all the time and like I have actually got into heated debates with people over this era though myself and like to be honest with you to be honest with you I'd rather focus on something that actually puts a smile on my face and the audio was as I actually putting a smile on my face, but after all the series 12 is wrapped up, I'm only get a couple of my favourite YouTubers on my channel. So I'm actually going to extend the invitation over to yourself to come on and have a bit of a, a chat once you've taken care of your series elf content.
Look,
I'm in.
come on before that, Daniel. I'll come
Yeah,
on before that. Like I can make
yeah,
time for you. Don't worry.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
put your channel back up again. So, guys, his channel's up on the live chat there. If you wanna actually subscribe from there. But actually, Leland actually put up a nice comment there. I had it up a couple of seconds ago. I'm gonna throw it back again. Uh, and let's see, Daniel, you answer this, and if guys, if you let me know what you guys think. So Leland asks, which alien species will end Jodie Whittaker's tenure? I can honestly say that I think it's going to be the Daleks. Personally,
Mm,
I think that special that has
um,
filmed is going
um,
to
um,
spot on.
I'm actually going to disagree with you here and go for and go with a soulite with a different sort of flavor. I'm going to go for the Cyberman.
You're going to go for the Cybermen.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting one. Interesting. Well, guys, what do you think? Daleks or Cybermen, or do you think it'll be something completely different? Please leave us your comments. If you haven't liked the video already, please do so. Hit the, you know what I mean, hit all notification buttons, subscribe. You know what YouTube make us do this crap. But we need your help more than ever, guys. As Gary says, we do depend on word of mouth. We do depend on you guys sharing all the videos and getting us out there. And thanks YouTube for making it very difficult, especially for me as a new YouTube content creator. That's actually got me channel to where I can actually, you know, start doing stuff with it, and then you have made it harder for me. So, I
Yeah.
you know what? So you get to a certain, you get milestones on your channel, and you get excited, and then just YouTube's just sucking the life out of the sucking the life out of the platform.
Yeah, I've actually noticed a couple of issues myself and obviously when I go to set stuff up and when I look at the analytics of my channel, and I know my channel's only just started up, but I've noticed some of the numbers on my channel don't really sort of match up, so to speak, if you get what I mean. So this whole YouTube algorithm is really is starting to kill the platform now, to be honest with you.
No, and I'm saying you are kind of debating whether you should continue or not. Look at, as I've said to you, you're gonna have ups and downs, right?
Yeah,
I've had plenty of ups and downs. You know that better than anybody
yeah,
else. I've had plenty of ups and downs on this channel. I've had people wanting to take me channel down. I've had people come after me. You know, I've had YouTube take videos down that I didn't think they should have had a right to take down. You do have ups and downs, but you will have more ups than you will have downs.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Your channel, look, you do some great content, and the people do like Big Finish. I do recommend your channel because it would be nice to have a YouTube channel out there that actually does focus on Big Finish.
Yeah,
You'd be the guy that I would listen to if I wanted to know anything about Big Finish, to be honest with you.
yeah.
So if there is a channel, don't tell me, because to be quite honest, I don't care. If you're going to do it, I will listen to you do it.
Um,
But
um, to be honest with you, to be honest with you as well, what made me do it was because like a couple of the big Finnish YouTubers I used to actually tune into before I started getting the audios, like I tuned into a couple and like they've all kind of stopped making content. So what made me sort of come up with the idea of it is because they've kind of stopped making content on like Finish. There's a gap in the sort of YouTube and a gap in the sort of area for Big Finish. So I basically wanted to try and fill the gap. Basically, so as soon as I get my next audio, like I said to a play the other night, as soon as I get it, no, I'm gonna give it a listen, and I'm gonna get on here, get on the stream app and like basically give a review um give a review a review on it like I did for my other audio which I reviewed and hopefully respond to a couple of the comments. So because I think that because I enjoyed doing that format. No, oh,
Mm.
I mean, I enjoyed coming up with that live stream, even more than my first live stream, because Big Finish as a topic that I'm starting to get into
Mm.
more and more. And like I know you're busy like in paying for the stream, your prescription. But see when you get a bit of spare cash,
Mm.
give Big Funny a try. Honest,
I
you'll
have listened
enjoy it.
to a few audios, Daniel, but I have to say I haven't gotten into them as much as you have.
Yeah.
I definitely will. But Chris has said, and I love this comment, Daniel. He goes, "The Daleks and the Cybermen are too good for Jodie. I say she ends her run by the Beting, a small furball that nibbles her into regeneration." Yes, yes. That's supposed to be the most. What was it? The most vicious thing in the galaxy.
Yeah.
Mm, mm. Oh, but it got worse. We got talking frogs, tooth monsters,
Oh,
and it's
don't get me. Oh, don't get me started in the talking frog episode,
there you
please.
go.
That's
Perhaps the space racist will get her. Exactly, Leland. Exactly. And hi, Joel. I see you've popped in, mate. I see you've popped in. Hello.
hello, geek name Joe. Long time no see.
I know it's been a while since we've seen Geek Name, Joel. Yeah, but it's nice to have you back, pal. Nice to have you back. Welcome back. Right, if you haven't given the video, the stream, I should say, a like, please do so. Hit that notification button and all that other stuff that we all ask you to do and all that. Now, what else did I want to discuss? There was something else that I wanted to discuss, but it's at the popping out my head, so it mustn't have been that important. Uh, does anybody know here? Leland put up a question, or unknown 289 put up a question, so we'll answer this question if we can. Does anybody know if we're going to get a Beting rap number? Jesus. Could you imagine what it'd be? The odd clunky metal, heavy metal. How'd you get it? It'll be heavy metal.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't.
No, but nah, I'll tell you what, unknown 29, when Jodie Whittaker does regenerate, I don't, celebrate with some pasta pasta salad, mama. I could have went pasta salad.
Oh, Chuckzilla is giving out to you all. Chuckzilla is giving out to you all. He says, "Come on, I want to see more likes." I agree. Come on, hit that like button. Hit that
How
like.
how am what's the alright for likes?
Now, by the way, that tweet that I put up, Ballstreck has replied, and he has said yes. So we're just waiting on the other two lads to see if they will say yeah. I'm pretty sure Gary would be on for it, and I'm pretty sure if Doomcock gets the time, he'll be up for it, and that would be something amazing actually, because they're probably those three I'd consider probably the top of their game right now.
Yeah,
When it comes to YouTube channels, I have to say I think the three of them are pretty much on top of their game right now. Um, and that's good to see. And you know what? They deserve it as well. They've been, I mean, Ballstreck lately taking stick. Of course, myself, I've taken a bit of stick, but you know,
yeah.
that comes with the territory when you have a YouTube channel. You're always going to have
Aye,
stuff going on.
but yeah, but see, to be honest, if you, I mean, I even took a bit of like before I started doing my YouTube channel, so I've taken a bit of stick as well, basically, and it's all because it's all because we see and it's all because we see this era and series a lot differently um to all the to all the to all the oh Jodies basically. It's ridiculous. She can't even have your own opinion anymore.
Right, Teddy, this question is for you. Uh, will you cause Jodie Whittaker's regeneration? See, even the thoughts, even mentioning her name bores the crap out of him. Look, Jodie Whittaker, Aunt at all, Peter Capaldi. See these ways here when I mention Capaldi, what? Ted, 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 Peter Capaldi, Jodie Whittaker. Oh, James only said, oh, good boy. There you go, Chris Chibnall. Even my dog thinks Jodie Whittaker is not good enough to play the Doctor. So why did you think she was good enough? Oh, Jesus. That was brilliant. That was
Yeah.
brilliant. Well done, Ted. That's probably the best thing you've done on this channel so far. Good, good man.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Hold on. I see. So we've got Hey Tardis Zone live. Long time viewer, first time visit to chat. Keep up the great work. Oh, thanks very much. I really appreciate that. Nice to have you on board, and thanks for popping into the live chat. Really appreciate it. Who we got? And Chuckzilla says, ladies and gentlemen, Teddy. Yeah, we have to give it to Teddy there. Teddy, and I do agree with you, Chris. Teddy does have good taste. Teddy does have
Yeah.
good taste. Well done, Ted. Even Ted knows that Jodie Whittaker is not the standard of her. Did you notice when I mentioned Peter Capaldi, though his ears jumped up? Look, Peter Capaldi.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Even, even Ted doesn't like Jodie Whittaker. That's brilliant.
Right, we might as well, because we're obviously we've got the panel the weekend, but
Yeah.
obviously we've got an episode coming up this weekend. Well, it is Friday now, so we've got an episode coming up Sunday. Orphan 55. Okay, we've
As
seen a few images, Daniel, and we've seen the trailer. What are your thoughts and feelings? Because I have to say, I'm not. This looks like right. So we got two. The first two episodes had high production value. We cannot
yeah.
deny that. But this one just looks like they've Yeah, as everybody was saying, they've blown their budget on the first two episodes, and basically now the rest is going to be mediocre. But it does
Well,
look like that.
well, well, yeah, um, yeah, and it looks actually kind of, and it, look, and it looks actually kind of cheap, basically. And to be honest with
Yeah,
you, like, and to be honest with you, see the starter, the guy from the Betweeners, right? Now, I enjoyed actually seeing him and Betweeners and stuff like that, but there's a danger that he's kind of typecasted himself as a comedy actor though, so he's still kinda so he's still kinda inexperienced in regards to sci-fi and other genres, but from the actual trailer itself, though, I think that this could be I think that this could be another really terrible episode based on um based on the fact that like I see no hope for the series,
mhm.
but also as well the auction and the budget has obviously have has got to have been halved as a result of the first two episodes, because you can see that a lot of the budget had already been used up in the first two episodes.
Leland thinks the timeless child is the 55th orphan. Unknown 289 then has a question, which I think is actually interesting. Where's the question? Hold on. There's the question. Do you think the monster from Orphan 55 will be a sea devil or something else?
Our,
Um,
our Sea
I've
Devil
been told, actually, I do have news. I
uh,
have been told
episode
the
5,
devils
is it not?
won't feature until episode 5. Uh, that's what I've been told, that the Sea Devils won't feature until episode 5. But actually, looking at that, and I did speculate that the bit in the trailer where that creature goes up against that kind of glass wall thing is part of this episode. And I did speculate at the time that it looked like a sea devil, but I was told that it wasn't a sea devil, and I'm told that sea devils are actually appearing in episode 5. Now, just one more thing, Daniel, because electric meta madness, media madness, electric media madness says, thanks for the warm welcome, great to be here. Glad to have you on board. Everybody is friendly enough in the chat anyway. We
Yeah,
have strict rules in place that everybody respects each other's opinions, and
yeah.
that happens. So yeah, you're more than welcome, and it's nice to see some new faces. Really is. So welcome aboard. Go ahead, Daniel, because I know you wanted to try and make a point there.
Yeah, basically as well, like, I think, though, like, I don't really, I know that you asked me my opinion on, like, what I think's going to happen, but I think that you're going to see a lot more of this, a lot more of this, like, I think it's got the potential to be, um, to be a really killer up episode, even more so than Spyfall Part 2, basically. And I'm glad that I've decided to actually stop watching, because I get so angry beyond belief. And like, to be honest with you, the only the only sort of channel that I'll keep in contact with as it pertains to the series is obviously is the channel that I'm on tonight, but it's just it's just obviously your your channel. Now I know that there'll be but now I know that there'll be spoilers and stuff like that. But at this point, I don't even care enough to go back. I can actually watch the episode now. If it's not going to be written with if uh, any intelligence whatsoever, what's the point in myself even putting myself for it though? So I'll just keep an eye on your channel and not bother with the episode because I'm tired of seeing my intelligence get insulted now, to be honest.
Yeah, I was just gonna actually say a lot of people have actually uh, Orphan is written by the guy that gave us It Takes You Away. So that's
Time.
not a good sign. But what I do want to talk about, because I briefly brought it up in the last stream, and we didn't have enough time to really talk about it because I think it was midway through the last stream that we spoke about this body swap business.
Yeah,
Right. So I'll explain it again to people, and I think I have it explained properly this time. Right.
yeah,
So the doctor, as we see the doctor now, is Jodie Whittaker. Yes, it's
yeah,
the
yeah,
doctor in a woman's body.
yeah,
But apparently, what's happened is that's not the case. Jodie Whittaker actually isn't supposed to be the doctor, right? What's happened is that Missy and the doctor's body somehow, or a consciousness or whatever, and
yeah.
whatever has swapped bodies basically. So it's a kind of like a Freaky Fridays kind of situation that they're talking about here. So in reality, the doctor is
And
is
Sasha.
is Sasha, and Jodie Whittaker is supposed to be the new Missy. Now, this is another thing that they've been talking about. I'll put that information up. Now, that video hasn't been taken down by the BBC, so maybe there is nothing in that one. But in saying that, though, I have put up news before that BBC haven't taken down that has been proven to be true, i.e., the Jadoon, Cybermen, and the Daleks and other stuff like that. So, we won't read out into that yet, but this is the thing that I've been told is going to be happening. This is his big major plan that Jodie Whittaker was never the doctor, but she believes she's the doctor because she's in the wrong body.
Yeah,
So the doctor is actually still a man, right? But
yeah.
regenerate or something happened and she ended up, the doctor ended up in Jodie Whittaker's body. Now, how he's going to explain that, I don't know how he's going. I actually honestly don't know how he's going
Um,
to explain. That's
but
to be honest with you. You could do
um,
something with a chameleon art or something, but I just don't see how it's going to work.
um,
But
but to be honest, though, I would rather see something like that happen than Gary from the erotics the thing that he said about the whole cycle of the generations. I would rather see the whole body swap actually come to fruition. No, rather than the other rumour that's going about.
yeah, and here's the problem though.
Yeah,
For some of us, after we've seen Spyfall Part 2, have this horrible feeling that Gary's information, the information that he put out a few months back, that everybody, and I remember actually because we all got very emotional over that news. If you remember,
yeah,
actually both
yeah,
sides of the fandom actually kicked up stink because this is something that actually they don't want, right? We don't want uh, them to retcon Doctor Who because that's exactly what I think he's going to try and do.
yeah,
Now, if they go with the body swap, if that's what he tried to do and BBC told him no, and this is why we're getting this whole body swap business, then I'd be down for that myself. I wouldn't mind
yeah,
Sasha being the master. And I know there's been a few people out there in the media and also a few fans that have a problem with a doctor being a different color. How dare you? To be quite honest with you, If the guy is good enough to play the doctor, no matter the color of his skin, no matter his race, no matter his sexual orientation,
Yep.
he should be given the role. It's as simple as that. Now,
Yep.
I would love him to be the doctor, but I do think he plays a great master, and this is the problem I have. I think he plays a great master. So, I mean, then to see him as the doctor, I don't know. It's one of those, it's one of those rumors and speculation that I'm gonna take myself with a pinch of salt unless I get further information. But right now, I can't see the body swap working because I don't know how they fit it in. If anybody actually could, if there's anybody actually in the live comments that could actually come up with how you think he could do it,
Yeah.
then we'll see where we go from there, and we'll read out some of your comments there, and then we'll see if it's a good idea because I just can't, for the life of me, think how he could do it and how he could explain it without fans saying, "Ah, hang on a minute, now, it's a bit far fetched." You know what I mean? So it
Yeah.
has to be done properly. And if he has done that, he's again though, I will say then, why troll the fans for 2 years? Because that's a bit exactly what you've done. You've trolled these fans, the fandom for 2 years, and that's unforgivable.
Um. Um. To be honest, though, to be honest, though, I've stopped trying to figure out what Chris Chibnall is trying to do a long time ago because I just don't have an answer for you, to be honest.
Yeah, I just don't see how it could happen. I just really don't. But again, I will say, you never know. Stranger things have happened. If I get any more information on it, of course, I will let you know. But it's just one of those things that, because it's Chris Chibnall, anything is possible, you know.
Yeah,
So we have to see. Richard Martin says the Sea Devils was the first story I ever saw, so I can't wait to see if they get round two. Yeah, that's just the way we are with Doctor Who now, isn't it? We're just dreading to think what will happen. All of these characters. Leland says they reversed the
and
polarity neutron screwdriver, causing the body swap. Says Leland. Low Wolf says I think it's going to look desperate and forced any which way they do it. And
yeah,
Electric Media Madness says Orphan 55 plus it takes you away equals frog spawn.
yep. So like as well, have you kept the hold that everybody's predictions for the ratings? Cause like remember you kind of wrote down what we think the ratings will be for this episode. Did you keep a hold um of our predictions?
I did. Here they are. Here I have them right here. Your prediction is
Yeah, 300,000.
300,000 losses. I said 367,000, and Charlotte thinks they will lose a million.
Yeah,
So we will see. We will find out on Sunday anyway, because we're close enough. We're nearly there. Couple of days away, and then we'll see how bad it actually is. Um, But why wouldn't the body swap mean that Sasha would have to play the Doctor with Jodie's personality? Um,
that's a good point.
it is. I just don't know. I honestly don't know how they're going to do it. I think it's the consciousness, if that's the best way of putting it, or their intelligence or whatever has gone into the wrong body. That's the only thing. Or Uh, let me see. Chris says there it is. The master had taken possession of others before when Gallifrey prevented him from regenerating, so they could say he tried to possess the Doctor's body before he fully regenerated. Exactly. exactly. It could work that way. Well, something to that effect. But again, we'll have to see. It's one of those. Super John thinks that the this week's episode will get 3.9 million viewers. Lone Wolf actually thinks the episode will lose over 800,000 more viewers. And I could see Jodie as being a regenerated Missy, somewhat confused after her semi rehabilitation. Like they could
Yeah,
do something with it. It's just for me as a Doctor Who fan and someone that loves sci-fi and loves me sci-fi to be a bit intelligent sometimes,
yeah,
they would have to get this spot on because I could pick out the holes in it if he didn't get it right. That was the one thing about Moffat. And I say if Moffat had been aware of my channel and if I was actually doing those type of videos at the time, I say Moffat would have hated me because that was the one thing that
yeah,
Moffat, I would have made loads of videos and on him because Moffat just is plot holes galore and never
yeah,
explains everything fully. And then when he does, he never gives you a proper explanation or leaves a bit flat, and you can pick out all the holes. So if I had started last year, 2, 3 years ago, I'd
yeah.
probably be more militant than I am now, and people think I'm militant now. But Chris Chibnall, Stephen Moffat would have hated me as well. So yeah, I did say one time if I ever met if I ever met Stephen Moffat in the in the street, I'd give him one. But not now. I'd actually ask him, beg him to come back. Uh,
Yeah, I'm the same.
I'd beg him to come back because it's the least with him, right? It's the least with him, and it's still not good enough though. And it is sad because we're never gonna. I don't think we're ever gonna get anybody that or BBC are ever going to hire anybody that fully understands Doctor Who. So why not get someone that's written for it before that we kind of know that can write decent stories most of the time, And Stephen Moffat does fit into that mold, but he's doing Dracula now, and I don't think he'd ever come back to Doctor Who again, just like RTD. I don't think they would come back again on a full time capacity. Not to
Yeah,
say that they mightn't turn up for the 60th anniversary and do a story together, um, which I was told also might happen for the 60th.
yeah,
Um, Again, that would be something that I would actually look forward to. If RTD
yeah, same.
Stephen Moffat came together to do a story for the 60th, I would have no problem with that. The only problem is the two of them are gone a bit woke, so I'd be a bit worried about what they would put into the 60th because I didn't like the 50th. I have to be honest with you. I'm still not a fan of the 50th all these years later. There's certain parts of it that I really do like. I did like the
Yeah.
Tom Baker cameo. I thought that
Oh, that was
I
epic.
was. I mean, even I was in the cinema when I watched that, and you should have seen the audience reaction.
Yeah,
It was unbelievable. Everybody was just screaming, clapping. And I'm not one for that. When I go to the cinema, right, I hate when people talk, right? I hate when people clap. You know, uh,
yeah,
no offense to me American friends, but when I see audience reaction in the cinema or in a movie theater, as you call it in America, and I see the way the audience go on, the way they laugh, they're clapping and they're screaming. If that happened in an Irish cinema, man, you'd get your jaw broken. Seriously, you shut your
um,
mouth watching a
uh,
film in the library, right?
um,
Oh,
um, yeah, but exact same over here in Scotland as well. No,
mm,
it's basically you're told to basically shut up over here as well when you're in cinema. So, like, if anybody is over, if any, if anybody is over here from Erica, um don't even attempt to talk during don't even
yeah,
attempt
won't be
to talk
tolerated.
during the
But
movie.
during this 50th, at that part, I didn't give a crap.
Yeah,
That's my point. I'm a big stickler for people talking, but at that moment, I didn't give a. It was just I even actually found myself jumping up and clapping. I just it just brought all my childhood memories back. And it was a nice little touch by Moffat, I have to say. But he really did. See, this is the thing about Moffat, right? Yes, when he was angry with fans, he put some things in the episodes that would annoy us just to annoy us, right? But deep down, he loved Doctor Who because you could see it, because you could see the passion in it. You could see even every
yeah,
actor that he got to play the Doctor himself. He chose wisely, and he got the best out of those. I mean, Peter Capaldi was given pretty crap scripts near the end,
yeah,
and I mean, okay, Moffat is still responsible for that. I think Moffat should have, to be honest with you, I think, at the end of Matt Smith's run, Moffat should have actually went with um, Smith. He should have left, and we should have got a new
yeah.
runner. But in saying that, though, they probably would have turned to fecking Chris Chibnall, so we'd be in the same position now.
Um,
Actually, probably wouldn't be talking now. Doctor Who probably be off the air now.
um, to be honest with you, know, I thought that, I thought that, I thought that, I thought that, um, what do you call him, Mark Eatis, Mark Eatis was originally going to get it, but then obviously they went with, um, kind of a Chibnall, obviously, but I thought, Eatis was a run to get it.
Yeah, he would have. I know people have their doubts about him, but I mean, I would have gave him a go over Chris Chibnall any day of the week. Look, Chris Chibnall's a hack. He has never.
Yeah,
He's not. He does not. I'm sorry. He may have been a fan of this show, but he has clearly lost touch with Doctor Who over the years because he clearly doesn't know which way this show should be written. Because Series 11, he tried something new. Series 12, he's tried to course correct and bring all these old villains back, but he's still leaving the political messages in it. And not only that, right, he might be more subtle this time round, but he's also having little digs at the fans with some of the dialogue that he's thrown out there as well. And that's not, and I'm sorry, Chris Chibnall, and I know I keep saying this if you're listening, but if you were listening, all I'd have to say to you is grow up. You're a grown ass man, right? We have every single right to complain. Every fan that moans about this era has a right to moan because that is their right as a fan. You had that right back in the 80s. So please, okay, listen to the fans because they're the ones that will actually help you save this show, right? If you're not going anywhere, you need to listen to the fans. And if you're not willing to do that, please just hand your P45 to Piers Wenger, and then Piers Wenger, then you hand your P45 to your boss for the way you spoke to these fans and the way you disrespected every single predecessor of Jodie Whittaker when she was cast. When you said "gone is the old," what was it? Gone is the God.
all done with the new or something.
Yeah, you insulted all the doctors in one paragraph. You're a parasite, just like Chris Chibnall. I'm not even going to give it about Jodie Whittaker anymore because at the end of the day, we all know her faults. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, I know people are saying she's a good actor. Some in this live chat actually do think she's a good actor. That's fine, fair enough. I actually have to disagree with you. I've seen her in a lot of stuff. I've seen her in Black Mirror. I've seen her in Attack the Block. I've seen her in Broadchurch. I've seen her in nearly everything that she's been in. This woman acts the same way in everything. She has no charisma. She has no screen presence. She's just not the type of actress that they should have got if they wanted to go with a female actress. A Claire Foy or a Jodie Comer would have been so much better choices than Jodie Whittaker if you were
Yeah,
going to go down that route. But for me personally, and I'll say it again, the Doctor is a male and should always be male. And this
yep,
experiment, in my opinion, with a 57% ratings drop, has shown that this experiment is a failure. So
yep,
BBC, get your act together. BBC Studios has lost money. What more do the fans have to tell you? And by the way, the people at Doctor Who magazine, you bunch of idiots, you put her on as our cover. You aren't going to make much money on that magazine. You're going to make more losses again. You will never learn. And for that, I'm going to say this again. Any fan that has been watching Series 12 and thinks it is an improvement, but are actually still pissed that Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall are still running the show, well, then I'm going to ask you to boycott the rest of Series 12. Right? If you want to find out about Series 12, go to our favourite YouTuber that covers Doctor Who. Okay, and they will give you the lowdown about what's happening with this series. Please do not watch this series and support this series. We have to send a message to the BBC now, and so far fans have, but we need more than 57% of this audience to go. We need it to get up to nearly 70%. 70%, and then they will have to make a decision. Okay, so keep every week, encourage people not to watch this show. I'm serious. Do you know what? I'm 100%. I never thought I'd see the day that I would sit here and tell people to boycott a show that I love, but it's the only way that we're going to get anything done right now. Okay? It's either that or, and think of it this way, guys, right? Okay? It goes off air, right? If this drags on for another 2 years, right? It goes off air, it's never coming back. We've got to end this now for it to have any chance of coming back and any capacity. Okay, so it's no more, people saying, oh, I'm going to boycott, but they secretly watch, right? None of that anymore. Just don't watch the show. Go to your favorite YouTuber, as I said. They'll give you the lowdown on the series. You don't need to put yourself through this. Sure, the third episode looks disgraceful anyway already. A guy in a bleeding green wig. Right? Absolute. I'm telling you. I just don't know. And it's the guy from the In-Betweeners, the one that plays Jason. I never liked him. I like the In-Betweeners, but I never liked his character. Don't like the way he goes on. He does a Ladbrokes ad or something, and he's an annoying little idiot. So already I don't even like him, and I don't even know what kind of character he's going to play. So, I mean, well done, Chibnall. Idiot. He hasn't got a clue. Doctor Who fans. I've seen better Doctor Who stuff by fans than I've seen from Chris Chibnall. By the way, actually, that reminds me, I just want to plug Sideways Who. Sideways Who is a couple of writers that have written some Doctor Who episodes.
Is that Eddie Scarrows?
Yeah, there's gonna be 12 episodes. They're back again. Their stories are doing very well. We've also got what's their names? Black Glove Studios as well. I actually want to give a shout out to, and I have to get Chris on actually from Black Glove Studios. They do the long game, isn't it? Is it the long game or the long game? Isn't it?
The long game. I mean, I thought that was an absolutely amazing ordeal.
Yeah.
I mean, they should actually get that guy on the show to do some stuff, because I'm telling you, he's far more intelligent than what Chris Chibnall will ever be. But that's not that's not too hard in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, that guy's talented. So go and subscribe to that channel, is what Noel said, because his stuff is amazing.
Exactly. At the end of the day, these guys, all these are the people that I'm mentioning, and there's so many more others out there that if I come across them, or if anybody knows any other Doctor Who creators that make their own audios or their own little animations, let me know and I will give them a plug on this channel. Right now, I am so disillusioned with this era of Doctor Who. Like Daniel and many others, not only is it upsetting me, and not only is it getting it to me emotionally, which I never thought it would, but see, this is the difference between us fans and her fans, right? they only get emotional over when, as I said, when they're represented in the right way and they see certain things in episodes. That's what they get emotional over. We get emotional over the character, the companions. We get invested in the companions. You know, the companions are kind of like our eyes. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? We relate with the companion more than we would relate with the doctor. I'm not saying we don't relate with the doctor. We all relate with the doctor some in some way, but we relate with the
Yeah.
companion a lot more. There's not even Ryan. I have to say, even Ryan last year, I liked him, but I couldn't relate to him. Yaz is a plank. Nobody, not even a piece of mildew would actually uh,
Yeah, I agree.
would have any emotional attachment to her. Graham was the only one that I felt anything for, but still, it's not like the way it was in previous years with previous companions. Even Bill, I was emotionally invested with Bill Potts, even though she did remind us that she was a lesbian every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Good, still had some sort of character arc. Whereas these you see it's happening now in series two. They're trying to concentrate on Yasmin Khan now. So what's happening now is you're seeing that Graham and Tolson Cole screen. Graham and Ryan screen.
Right.
Ryan, I'm not getting much to say. Bradley Walsh. I don't know why I mentioned by characters' names. Bradley Walsh and Tolson Cole are not getting enough screen time now because he's tried to fix the fact that he didn't give Yaz the plank much character arc. I've got a bit of advice for you, right? Kill off Yaz can, right? Leave Ryan and Graham in the Tardis, right? And build a story arc around them as well, and you'll be good. Yeah, because at least we can. Well, I can get attached to Graham, and I know there'll be fans out there that will relate to Ryan, but I don't relate to him, but relate
Um,
to Graham.
but see, to be honest with you, Tosin Cole doesn't seem to give a crap anymore anyway.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't give a crap anymore. You're right. For some weird reason, he looks like he's given up, and it's sad because he had very little dialogue, right? He had very little dialogue, but the dialogue that he did have, he was actually not too bad. I thought he was actually going to be better this year. Moosey says, "What's this? It's a stream on a Doctor Who." I don't know if you've come in here by accident, but it's nice to see a new face. If you haven't, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you aboard. And Leland has given us the name of that studio. So it's Servine Studios, very good stories too. Go and
Yeah.
check them out, guys. Really do. Another, I love doing that though. I love finding new stuff and you know. So go and check them out, guys. Let me see. I'm just looking to see now if there's any other comments that I'm missing. Right, Daniel, we've got about 10 minutes or so to go.
Yeah.
So we've got, as I said, about 10 minutes to go. So Orphan 55. Right, I know we kind of went to talk about that, and then we went into something else completely different. So we'll bring
Yeah.
it Orphan 55, and guys, you in the comments as well. What are your predictions for Audience 55 ratings wise? And from the trailer that you have seen, any of you in the live chat think it's going to be any good? Now, Daniel, I'm going to ask you that. So, is Doctor Who Series 12 gonna continue to improve in people's eyes that thinks it is well, we do think it's an improvement. Do you think it's going to get any better now, or do you think episode 1 and 2 was it, and it's actually going to go downhill from here?
It's going to take an even bigger nosedive. Now, like, basically, in my opinion, it's going to lose ratings, like I said, right? But the actual quality of the episode so it isn't going to improve, in my opinion, based on the trailer. You've got a guest actor that looks stupid, and and I give and I give in here too. And if that's an attempt to try and get fans to kind of stick to the series, then I'm sorry, but that's a pathetic attempt. Though, I mean, like, basically, Chibnall, just hand in your P45, is what Noel said, and Pierce Wenger, and then hopefully the show can survive. But until then, I'm just going to keep my eyes on your channel, Noel, and not actually consume the content, because it's going to keep going down the drain in regards to the quality, and obviously the ratings as well.
It's do you know what though, Daniel? I have to say, I know Series 11 was bad,
Yeah,
but it was the fallout for me, you see. It was the months after it aired, and then the behavior has turned me off. See, I even said, do you remember, was it on this channel, Gary asked me the question? Do you remember Gary from Neurotics? And he asked
yeah, yeah.
and he actually asked me, if this series actually is an improvement, would you be able to forgive the BBC? And
Nah,
and I said
nah,
at the time I'd never be able to forgive the
yeah.
BBC for what they
Nah,
because
nah. I mean, I'll never forgive the BBC for even hiring Chris Chibnall in the first place, because I've always had a dislike for Chris Chibnall, but then he goes and he hires, and then he goes and he hires Jodie Whittaker, and then the two of them start taking pot shots at the fans. See, from then on, like, I was so vocal against the series. So, like, even if a new showrunner comes in, I feel like I've been slapped in the face so many times. Even if, like, they get a new showrunner, I'm not sure if I'll ever be back to this show, because I've been insulted too many times over the past 3 years. And, like, I never thought I'd say this, but the show to me is dead, in my opinion.
yeah, and I never thought I'd sit here and actually ask people to boycott. As I said, I know Series 11 was bad, but it was the fallout, it was the behaviour of her fans in particular. Also, the way the media actually went after the fans as well. Jodie Whittaker didn't help, obviously, doing that little stylist video and
Yeah,
the interviews after. And then, we had nothing then for a whole year, and then just before the series drops, they released that article where Jodie Whittaker is basically saying that Doctor Who can't cater for all. It can't make everybody happy. And that was basically a little swipe at us. We had the whole upgrade comment as well in these first episodes,
oh,
but
I hated it. I just wanted to strangle.
he hasn't. This is the thing for me. Chris Chibnall hasn't learned his lesson from Series 11. Now he's saying he hasn't seen any of the fan fallout from Series 11. He has, because it's in his writing now today. We can see it. It's clear. So instead of acting like a baby, what he should have done was said, right, okay, the fans think I got it wrong. I don't 100% agree with them, but I would make goddamn sure that Series 12 is something that they could be proud of,
He's
right?
got
But
he's got so much of a big ego. He can't separate himself from what he actually has actually produced, and actually take a step back and actually process what it is that he's written so far in regards to the previous series as well. He's got so much of an ego that I don't think that he sees that he is causing this much damage. He just think what he believes is that he's producing the best sort of quality that he can, but we know for a fact that this is just beyond a joke now. So Chibnall, please just go after this series.
Exactly, I agree. Yeah, but he's unfortunately it. As I said before, he doesn't have the ability to boycott because
Yeah,
obviously see um a 57%. It's gone right. That's the two seasons now. If anybody is wondering, so it's the first two episodes. So it's from the very first episode of Series 11 to the first two episodes of Series 12. It has lost 57% of its audience.
yeah.
If it continues to lose more of its audience, BBC will have
It's game over.
decision. So I urge all fans to continue the boycott, but not only to continue the boycott. If you see people out there that are disillusioned with the show but are still watching, encourage them to boycott the show and tell them
Yeah,
the reasons why you want them to boycott the show is because you're trying to force the BBC into a decision. Now, 57% is a lot of an audience to lose, right? That's over half of your audience is gone. That's a lot. Okay, we need to get it over the 60 mark, and I believe then BBC will come to a decision because they will have no choice. They've already lost money. I've done now for everybody before I do go tonight. I have done a few
yeah,
videos today. Okay, go and check them out. But there's one in particular you should check. It's the BBC Studios loses money. I read out an article and I explain how much money they have actually lost. Okay, they're relying on old IPs like Doctor Who and Top Gear and stuff like that. The problem is that Top Gear is going through turbulent times at the moment, and so is
yeah,
Doctor Who. So the two main shows that used to make them a shit ton of money don't make them that money as much anymore, and that's why they're in the trouble that they're in. So this boycott has to continue. And if I please do it. If you see fans out there that are disillusioned but are watching, I would encourage them and tell them the reasons why. It's the only thing that we can do as fans to get our point across because
yeah,
they're not listening to us right now, right? He's going to continue. This is what will happen though, right? If we do nothing now, right, he's going to continue for another 2 or 3 years, right? And this
yeah,
show is going to be dragged through the mud for another 2 or 3 years. It will, after those 2 or 3 years, this is the bottom line. Doctor Who is never coming back to the screen once it goes off. It will never return. I'll be dead when they'll probably decide to bring it back.
yeah.
Right?
And yeah, and to be honest with you, and I don't want to see it permanently. You get cancelled. So as what all has said, like I mean, just please just take part in this boycott, and I'm going to be one of the first to take part in this boycott. And I encourage everybody in the live chat to come and join me. Because if you want this show to be saved, the only way that we're going to save it is if we don't give Chibnall any more viewing figures, basically. if you want Chibnall on, you'll come and join the boycott.
See, here's the thing. Do you remember when fans used to say, "Oh, there's no point to doing anything because BBC won't listen"? But you see, there's a difference now. The media is also on their backs, right? And when the media is also on their backs, it gives us fans a bigger voice because they're starting to point out things now that we're not necessarily um, focusing on, because we're focusing on the whole thing, but they're focusing on certain issues. But it doesn't matter. Doctor Who's in the spotlight. They're talking about the down ratings. So this is the time. This is the time now as fans. We have the chance to do something. And if we do not take this opportunity, right, we will never forgive ourselves. We won't. We will never forgive ourselves. We have a chance to make an actual difference this time because I do believe BBC are weak right now. Listen, BBC have been attacked for the last couple of years, but it's been very evident the last couple of months. Their news media has been criticised for being
Yeah.
biased. Also, they've been criticised for their Christmas special, their Christmas schedule, because it was full of
Yeah, it's all
old
repeats.
remakes and old not even there was nothing really new on it, right? They did do the Gavin and Stacey thing. Of course, that did cause controversy because of the fairy tale in New York thing, but that's actually ridiculous. But in saying that, BBC have been getting it from all sides now lately. So BBC are weak now. They're actually weak now. So we have a chance. 57%. Let's get that to 65, 70, and then let watch the BBC then. Seriously, we have
Yeah. Oops.
and I really don't want all this to be for nothing because I've watched this show. I'm 40 years of age now. I've watched
Yeah.
this show since I was a kid, right? I think the first episode I ever
Yeah.
watched was when I was about 3 or 4 years of age, and I can remember it vividly, right? Don't remember it a lot, but I remember watching it because my dad was a Doctor Who fan. When I got older
Yeah.
myself, they were showing reruns at that stage of some classic ones. You could still get reruns. It was actually all right before BBC started bleeding doing what they were doing. And you could get videotapes and stuff like that because we had a video player. So I was able to get to watch some and I was reacquainted with the Doctor again and I loved it even back then again. So I've been watching this show a very, very long time and I never thought I'd actually call for a boycott. This hurt.
Yeah. I'm the.
We
I
have a
mean,
chance.
I mean, yeah, I'm the same. I mean, obviously, I haven't been watching it for as long as you, but I I started when I was 10 years old, and I used to, I used to think that this show was the greatest thing since sliced bread. But um, see now, I've just been so let down by the BBC, and like I'm just so disappointed and so saddened by it now. Like I've only been watching the show since 2005, but I'm just as upset as what you are as well. And to be honest, Fluffy, we need to take a stand against Chris Chibnall.
Exactly. Leland, good night. Sure, we'll be leaving now in a few minutes ourselves. But good night. Have a good one. Sweet dreams, as they say. Don't think of the what does Paul
Uh,
Strickland call her?
bed bugs.
No, what does he call her? He calls her the
Oh, I can't remember.
what does he call her? The bad lady. No, what is it? Doctor
Uh,
No, not Doctor Nasty.
yeah, Doctor Nasty.
Yeah, yeah. Don't let Doctor Nasty boy. Instead of the bed bugs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't
I
need to.
mean, I prefer constipated punch.
Oh, Dr. Nasty. That's what it is. Dr. Nasty there. And actually, beats means highs. Welcome. I should have actually said hello to you earlier on. Sorry, I've seen you in the chat for a while now. Welcome along to the channel. Nice to see some new faces in the chat. And I hope you have enjoyed the stream so far. Daniel, your channel has went up on the live chat again. So guys, again, I'll say it, if you haven't checked out Daniel's channel, please do, and please give him a sub as well and support his channel. He will be doing Big Finish audio reviews. He's actually even, I think you've actually ordered some so you can do reviews as well. So you're actually like, you're actually invested properly in this. So that's why I'm actually, when you were thinking of giving it up because the views weren't, so I was actually a bit disappointed for you. So please, guys, go check out his channel, give him a sub, and watch his videos as well. And if you know anybody out there that's a Big Finish fan, share them the video, and there might be an audio that they haven't heard, and they might like to hear what Daniel has to actually say about it. And Electric Media Madness is leaving us as well, and he says, "Night all, great spending time with you. Same to you too, my friend. Look after yourself. Have a great weekend." And Raymond Williams, he says, "I stumbled across Doctor Who at the proms from 2008 on YouTube. The Albert Hall sold out. Murray Gold's music and thousands of kids with their parents. How far has this show fallen?" I agree. I used to watch Doctor Who at the proms all the time. Used to television.
And seriously, get rid of that composer as well, Sigan Akinola. Please get rid of him as well. He's diabolical.
Lee Anthony Davis says, "BBC, we value your feedback and has been circulated to the program makers of the show." Exactly. But if we keep protesting, if we keep boycotting, those numbers go down. They can't ignore the fans for too long. And Chris has also put Daniel's Twitter account up. So if you want to follow Daniel on Twitter, now Daniel just doesn't talk about Doctor Who on Twitter. He's also a big Celtic fan. He goes to the home games. Do you go to the away games as well, Daniel? Or
just at Hampden Park though, because
all right, yeah.
Hampden Park though, if it's a semi or a final in the cup, because usually the species at Ibrox and Hearts are only like a couple of spaces for the end, and you need to actually apply and get put in a hat in order for a space. So I don't really order all that much, but I go to all the home games anyway. I'm a season ticket holder.
Yeah, so I'm just letting everybody know I'm the same as well. I do mostly talk about Doctor Who on my Twitter account, but I do sometimes throw up a couple of Man U tweets, actually, because I'm a Man U fan. Actually, we've been linked to Bruno Fernandes tonight, and it looks like the deal is actually happening.
Yeah. But by the way, he'd be a good signing.
Well, we need someone now, but here we'll forget about the football for now. We'll talk about that some other time because they're here for Doctor Who. We've got a couple of minutes left. Listen, Daniel, all I just want to say is thank you for joining me tonight. Really appreciate your company. What you call it? As you say, I kind of just let you wing it tonight and just do the talking because everybody loves your opinions. What you call it, and everybody loves having you on the channel. So do I. Again, if you haven't checked out his channel, please do. Also, his Twitter account. They're both in the live chat, and I see Chuckzilla has also thrown up a few links there as well as Chris. So all the links are up there for all the channels that I think we mentioned earlier as well.
Yeah.
So check them out. Daniel, listen, I'll get you on again. Probably next week sometime. I'm gonna try organize that stream again with yourself and the Nerdaholics.
Yes.
I'm gonna I was talking to Sean earlier, so what I'll do is I will give him a text tomorrow and see if there's a night that the two of them are free, and
Yeah.
then of course I just have to let you know, and I know you'll be there.
Or
So
or infinite like is
yeah,
it
I know they're your favorite YouTubers, so
yeah,
I said I'll bring you on with them.
yeah.
Right, listen, Daniel, thanks again. Just I know we've already thrown it in the live chat there, but just give your YouTube channel a plug there and tell people what you do on it.
It's just my name in the live chat. Now I've only got two now I've only got two streams. One of them I've mentioned as my big finish stream, and the other one, don't get confused about the title, because the first one I think is called live stream basically, and I was having a few technical issues because I was getting used to the app though, so I that's why the first streams called live stream 2, and as soon as I get some more, and as soon as I get uh, and as soon as I get something else to the um to the youth orgies, I'll give it a listen, and then fire it up on the channel.
That's it. Look forward to it as well, Daniel. And yeah, I mean, look, when are you getting your next set of Big Finish audios? Because I know you've been you like ordering your Big Finish audios, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not for sure. I've still to order it.
All right.
So,
Right, listen, thanks for joining me, Daniel. Really appreciate it. And as I said, I will organise that stream with you and the Nerdaholics, and we will get you on. Until then, listen, enjoy your weekend. I'm sure I'll talk to you over the weekend
yeah,
anyway. And I'll see you for the streams tomorrow and maybe Sunday as well, because I'm on with Paul Streck as well, yeah?
yeah, yeah, you can know I've chat anyway.
No problem, mate. You look after yourself. Good night.
Yeah, good night, no. Uh,
And there we go, folks. And that is it for tonight. So just before we go, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, and please make sure you hit that notification bell. And if you have already hit the notification bell, please make sure that it's still pressed, because we're having problems with it. As I said, I will be on Ball Stretch channel tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we will have Orphan 55, the Doctor Who panel, and we will be discussing that episode. And in the meantime, I will be throwing up more of those article videos. I will be discussing that Jimmy Fallon interview that Jodie Whittaker did. And yeah, and that'll be, yeah, that's everything I think now for now. Listen, enjoy our weekend, stay safe, and good night, everybody.